Good morning, children. Today I am present here with a new lesson, Ivan's Trajan Ole. First of all, let's talk about its author. Its author is Norman Colin Dexter. He is an English crime writer. He is known for his Inspector Morse series of novels. In 1996, he won Macavity Award for his short story. Now children, let me give you a brief introduction of this story. Ivan's Trajan Ole is a detective fiction dealing with the account of a clever escape planned by Evans, a criminal, on the pretense of taking a language exam in the prison. On the other hand, the prison authorities are ready to cover up any sort of risk. Now let's talk about dramatis personae. Actually, persona means character or role. Personae is the plural form of persona. Dramatis personae means all the important characters of a dramatic work. So in this play, in this story, in this fiction, there are some important characters. So let's know about those characters. First of all, the secretary of the examination board. In the examination board, there is one secretary. The governor of HM Prison, Oxford. As we are going to read the story of a criminal, so there is a prison. And the authority, the higher authority of this prison is governor. The name of the prison is HM Prison at Oxford. Then James Evans, the criminal. Mr. Jackson, a senior prison officer. Mr. Stephens, a junior prison officer. The Reverend S. McLeary, an invigilator. A reverend. Children, the word reverend has two meanings. Reverend means respected, and reverend is also the title, the form of address to any clergyman. So here reverend means the form of address to a clergyman. McLeary, he is invigilator, and at the same time he is a clergyman of a church house. Mr. Carter, detective superintendent. Mr. Bell, detective chief inspector. So children, these are the important characters. And now come to the lesson. It was in early March when the secretary of the examinations board received the call from Oxford prison. It's a slightly unusual request, Governor, but I don't see why we shouldn't try to help. Just the one fellow, you say. It was the initial days of March, the beginning of the March, when the secretary of the examinations board received a call from the governor of HM Prison, Oxford. The call was unusual, strange. Why? Because such kind of call generally the secretary did not get. Actually, the governor had requested him to conduct examination for one of his prisoners. And the secretary thought that if someone wants to appear in the examination, maybe he is the prisoner, but they must help him. So it's not bad. So the secretary was ready for that. And the secretary also asked that how many prisoners are there who are interested in exam. Then the governor told that there is only one prisoner. Then the secretary thought that for one prisoner to conduct the examination, it is not so difficult. And that's why, although the request was unusual, but he became ready. That's it. Chap called Evans started night classes in O-level German last September. Says he is dead keen to get some sort of academic qualification. The governor told that he is so much interested in getting academic qualification that he has already started attending his night classes from the month of September. Is he any good? He was the only one in the class. So you can see he has had individual tuition all the time. Really, would have cost him a packet if he had been outside. Well, let's give him a chance, shall we? That's jolly kind of you. What exactly is the procedure now? Oh, don't worry about that. I'll be sending you all the forms and stuff. What's his name? You say, Evans. James Roderick Evans. It sounded rather grand. Then the secretary asked him that if he is good at study. Then the governor told, actually he has started taking his classes from the month of September and he is taking individual tuition. So I think he must have improved. He must be good at study. Then the secretary told, okay, then no problem. We must help him if he is so much interested. The governor also told that for this individual tuition, if he would be out of the prison, he must pay very much. But as he is inside the jail and everything has been arranged by the government, by the authorities, so it is not costly for him. Otherwise, outside, he would have to pay for that a great amount of fees. When the secretary is ready for conducting examination for that prisoner, then the governor says, oh, so kind of you, so nice of you. What exactly is the procedure now? Then the governor asked that what is the procedure for conducting this exam? Then the secretary says, don't worry, don't bother, don't take unnecessary botheration. I'll send everything, every material, every form regarding the examination. Then the secretary once again wanted to be confirmed about his name. The secretary told, what did you call him? Evans. Then governor told, yes, James Roderick Evans. And the name is so grand, so impressive, so royal. Don't you think so? Just one thing, governor. He is not a violent sort of fellow, is he? I don't want to know his criminal record or anything like that. But no, there is no record of violence. Quite a pleasant sort of chap, they tell me. Bit of a coward, really. One of the stars at the Christmas concert. Imitations, you know, the sort of thing Mike Youd stuff. No, he is just a congenital kleptomaniac. That's all. The governor was tempted to add something else, but he thought better of it. He would look after that particular side of things himself. Then the secretary asked him that although I am not interested in knowing his criminal background, but still it is important for me to know that if he is violent or not. Because if he will be violent, he may harm the invigilator, he may kill the invigilator. So you please tell me that if he is a violent sort of fellow, then governor told, oh no. He is a pleasant fellow, humorous fellow, funny fellow, mischievous, naughty, but is not harmful. Whenever Christmas programs are arranged, he is one of the leading stars in that program. He is very good in imitation, in copying. He can copy like Mike Yaud. Now children, who is Mike Yaud? He is a great English comedian and actor. So the governor said that like Mike Yaud, he can imitate, he can copy. So he is not dangerous at all, he is not harmful at all, he is not violent. Yes, of course, there is one demerit in him, that is congenital kleptomania. Congenital means inborn, by nature. By nature, he has tendency to steal anything. So this is only his demerit. Although governor wanted to tell something more about him, but he kept quiet. He thought that other things he will see himself. Presumably, said the secretary, you can arrange a room here. No problem. He is in a cell on his own. If you have no objections, he can sit the exam in there. That's fine. And you could easily get one of the parsons from St. Mary Mag's to invigilate, if that is. Fine, yes. They seem to have a lot of parsons there, don't they? The two men chuckled good-naturedly, and the secretary had a final thought. At least there's one thing. You shouldn't have much trouble keeping him incommunicado, should you? Then the secretary asked him that I think you can arrange any examination room for him. And he told, yes. He can write his examination in his own cell because he is alone there. In his cell, he is alone. He is a single man. So he can write his exam there. And then he told about invigilator. We can arrange invigilator from St. Mary Mag's. In St. Mary Mag, they have so many parsons. They will give us one of his parsons. Parson means clergyman. And he will be the invigilator. The secretary told, okay, very good. And the both secretary and the governor laughed in a friendly way. Then the secretary told that then I am sure in the cell he will not be able to communicate with anyone. Children, there is one word, incommunicado. Incommunicado means not able to communicate.